Welcome back to the Open Wheel Offline League Season 4, Round 19, the season starting to come to a close as we are here at Sonoma Raceway for the final road course qualifying of the season. On your left, as usual, you can see who is in Group A, which is beginning just now. So this group is made up of Connor Zilich, Miles Rowe, Callum Ilott, Chet Jordan, David Malukas, Lewis Hamilton. Points leader Ryan Preece, after a poor result at Portland, lost a big chunk of his points lead. Jacob Abel, Stingray Robb, Alessio Deletta, Guy Gagne, Brennan Hubbard, and Glover Lore. So those are the 13 participating in this first group. Sonoma, a very challenging course. A lot of blind turns, a lot of elevation change in each turn. Turn right here is probably the most straightforward, but it's a super tight hairpin. We're using the 2012 to 2018 IndyCar configuration, which includes this little backstretch section into the chicane. However, at this track, there's really only one true passing point, and that is going down into the hairpin. If you push too hard, it's very easy to spin out or go off course. Lewis Hamilton has not advanced to round 2 yet in his 2 road course starts. Hoping to change that today. He does have a little bit of traffic ahead of him, the 18 of Callum Ilott, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Best qualifying effort, 12th for Nashville, and has finished 13th, 3 races in a row. Gonna get a little bit of a draft down here. Looking pretty good so far. Here comes the 44 to set the first lap. 108.4. Up next is the 12 Miles Rowe, who spent a good amount of his lap behind the 77 of Stingray Robb, so this lap may not be too good. Has finished in the top 10 so many successive races, has went from near the leader circle cutoff to the top 10 in points. Ryan Preece going to go to the top there with Chad Jordan in third, and then there goes Connor Zilich to the top. So your top 5 filled out now. All 3 Viking racing cars in this group, all 3 Viking racing cars do have a win this season, as Ryan Preece has spun off by himself. Luckily sits second in the session, but he needed a tow there, so that could very well end his effort here today. Alessio Deletta to the line. This will put him in 5th. 18 of Callum Ilott goes 5th. Lewis Hamilton doesn't improve. Last race winner, Guy Gagne at Portland, first career win. And he is going to put it 5th as of now. Miles Rowe looking faster. Up to 6th. Stingray Robb goes 9th, which is currently the tail end of the field. Chet Jordan is going to go to the top, but quickly surpassed by Zilich. Right now, that 24 has some pace. We don't know where his next season plans lie, as David Malukas has gone off course in the chicane. This lap unfortunately won't count. Currently doesn't have a lap set yet. Has 3 straight podiums. That lap doesn't count. Brendan Hubbard to the line, as he will go 10th. Glubler leading this group, able to 5th, Ilott 7th. But that's about it for that group. Guy Gagné currently on the cutoff. Finds a little bit of time, but still barely into round 2. Here comes Miles Rowe. Doesn't look to be faster this time. Stingray Robb jumps up to 9th. Chet Jordan stayed out while Connor Zilic came in. Jordan not going to be faster that lap. David Malukas. He can keep it clean here. This will be his lap, and so far looking like a pretty decent lap. Let's see what pace he has. 1:0. It's not going to be the greatest lap, but is enough to put him in 6th. So he's on the cutoff. Brendan Hubbard now trying to break in, as Glubler just barely misses out and goes 7th. Deletta goes better, but no improvement. We have a big train forming up behind the 99 as Guy Gagné goes 5th, which will bump out Malukas. Stingray Robb below the cutoff. No improvement. David Malukas below the cutoff, currently in 7th. See if this is the money lap, or if he's going to have to come in this time. So this will be his lap. Is it better? Yes, it is. He'll go 5th, which will bump out Jacob Abel. Brendan Hubbard going better. A lot of that group right there peels off. Abel currently at the tail end of this group. Hubbard only 13th. No improvement from the 00 or the 75, and they're just below the cutoff. Here comes the 77. He's going to come in that time. David Malukas now inside the top 6. Not many other cars out on track, so looking pretty safe as it stands. As he will come into pit lane here. The 99 is going quicker, but will probably need to pit this time. But we're going to have to see what he does here. As, yeah, he'll go straight on. So I believe that leaves Connor Zilic, the only one currently on a lap, as he's actually at the top of the times table. As he actually has a pink second sector, so he may have found a little bit of something. Currently just 21 thousandths up on the 24 of Chet Jordan. Lewis Hamilton, the last one to get to the line, possibly. It's kind of close. But Either way, that is your top 6. No one else able to get another lap done, as Zilich, with only one purple sector, goes to the top, up by 6/10 now. Lewis Hamilton never really got some clean air in his later runs. Not quite sure if he's on a lap right now. As no, he wasn't able to get to the line in time. So the 6 you see at the top are the 6 that will advance, with Connor Zilich at the end of the session going 6/10 quicker. Will lead the way. Chet Jordan in second. Ryan Preece, despite spinning out and having to tow, he'll finish at third. Lewis Hamilton, for the first time, will advance to round 2 as he is fourth. David Malukas will just get by in fifth. And then Guy Gagné will be the last car to advance. That is your Portland winner. Will just barely sneak through. And then eliminated starting 13th will be the 75 of Jacob Abel. 15th will be the 00 of Glubler Lore. All the way back in 17th will be the 18 of Callum Ilott, who hasn't finished in the top 10 in a very long time, since Montreal, I believe, where he finished second. So it's been a rough streak. He's fallen outside the top 10 in points. Starting 19th will be the 12 of Miles Rowe. 21st will be the 77 of Glubler Lore. 23rd will be the 87 of Alessio Deletta. Doesn't have the same success as he does in Portland qualifying. And then 25th in row 13 will be the 99 of Brennan Hubbard. So that is it for Group A. We'll be back in just a moment for Group B. So we're on to round 1, Group B now. On the left, you can see your entrants. All 3 Swindlers of the Immortals cars are in this group. Uh, so Louis Foster, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Dorian Pinn, all in this group. We also have Yuki Tsunoda, Benjamin Peterson, Robbie Lohr, Marcus Armstrong, Gail Barnhart, Lindsey Brewer, Mahavir Raghunathan, Dawa Tenzin, Ethan Martz, and Catherine Legg. So those are the 13 in this group. As we await for the first car to take to the track, which will be the 94 of Dawa Tenzin, and we'll go on board with them so you can see the hills of Sonoma. That is a quick lap here at Sonoma, and you can just see how undulating the course is. Dawa Tenzin, first car on a lap. Currently pink in the first sector, green in the second, and then pink again in the third. He is the only car that's on a true lap as of now. Louis Foster then takes a pink sector, but he is in some trouble, stuck behind the 54 Mahavir Raghunathan. He's got to try to get by that car quick. As Tenzin, first lap of 109.9, will lead the way. Louis Foster did get by the 54, so in clean air now. Let's see what Foster has here. Looks to be to the top. 107.7. That's with a little bit of traffic, so a very good start for the 11 of Louis Foster. Hasn't had good luck in road course qualifying recently. Perhaps that's what he needs. Van Gisbergen goes second, Barnhart goes third, as Sonoda will go to the top with a 107.6. Dawa Tenzin hasn't advanced to round 2 yet. Best qualifying effort of 23rd at Portland. As that will move him to third. Marcus Armstrong looks good. That will go third. Louis Foster. Pink in the middle sector. As he's now lost that. Let's see what he has here. That one will go to the top, 107.28. As Raghunathan, next car to come around, will go 8th, Catherine Legg 4th. Gail Barnhart looking good. Shane Van Gisbergen right behind him. See what these two have. Barnhart goes 3rd, Van Gisbergen goes 4th. As Robbie will go 6th. Dawa Tenzin now below the cutoff. Needs to find about half a second to break in. As that will be his best lap, but that will only put him 8th as Armstrong goes 2nd and Peterson goes 6th. 47 of Lindsey Brewer goes 6th, and that'll push out her teammate Benjamin Peterson. So here comes the 95 of Ethan Martz with the 03 of Dorian Pinn right behind. Pinn only goes 8th, Martz 13th. As the 94 and 33 both came into issues at the top of the hill and both had to get a tow. Raghunathan goes faster, Captain Legg does not. Gail Barnhart and Shane Van Gisbergen trying to go faster. Both go faster, stay 4th and 5th. Robbie Lord punches his way in, he goes 6th. Peterson currently out. See what he has. As the 42 of Gail Barnhart has gone off track. Peterson goes 6th. That will push his way in, but Lindsey Brewer pushes him back out again. Ethan Martz far off the pace. Dorian Pinn stuck behind him and not gonna be able to go quicker. The Dorian Pinn in some trouble here at Sonoma. Can't get by that 95. No improvement from any of those cars. Robbie Lohr currently below the cutoff by about 3/10. Won't get there. Benjamin Peterson, again, very close on the cutoff. As he won't be able to complete that lap. As Ethan Martz will go off there. And that will cause Dorian Pin to spin. And unfortunately for the 03, the 95 will stay in front. A lot of cars having some off-track issues in this session. As both Raghunathan and Legg will come into the pits. Gale Barnhart not going faster. He's actually got some damage, it seems, and Robbie Lohr will follow him into the pits. It's probably the in-lap for Martz and Pin. Be another disappointing qualifying effort for Dorian Pin. Who's going to be able to get to the line in time to start another lap? Looks like Van Gisbergen will get one more, and Foster will get one more. And that will be it. So the six that you see, the top six that you see are the six that will be advancing. As only Van Gisbergen and Foster are on laps. Van Gisbergen looking quicker. So I've got to try and flex some muscle here. Only 14 points back in the championship. He is not out of it. Louis Foster is not out of it. Ovals have been a difficulty, so if they can execute, this could be a very good race for them. So Van Gisbergen will come across a line, and that will put him second, not far off his teammate. Then Louis Foster will also come to the line and won't go quicker. But that is your top six, led by Louis Foster. So a good lap from the 11 will keep him just ahead of his teammate Shane Van Gisbergen as they both advance. Marcus Armstrong will advance this time. He goes third. Yuki Tsunoda in fourth. Gale Barnhart will make it to round two once again in fifth, so that's all Silly Men racing cars in the next round. Then Lindsey Brewer will be the lone representative of the Banshees of Little Miami. So eliminated, and their starting spots. Benjamin Peterson starts where he finishes at Portland. He'll be from 14th. Robbie Lohr will be from 16th. Dorian Pin, disappointingly, all the way down in 18th. A lot of impeding going on in that run. 20th will be the 07 of Catherine Legg. 22nd will be the best starting spot for Dawa Tenzin so far. 24th will be the 54 of Mahavir Raghunathan. And then rounding out the field for, I believe, the fourth time in a row will be the 95 of Ethan Martz. That is it for round one. We'll be back in just a moment for round two. So we are now back for round two here at Sonoma. Those are the cars that advanced: Connor Zilisch, Louis Foster, Chet Jordan, David Malukas, Yuki Tsunoda, Marcus Armstrong, Gail Barnhart, Shane Van Gisbergen, Lewis Hamilton, Lindsey Brewer, Ryan Preece, and Guy Gagne. Those are the 12 that will advance. All three Silly Men racing cars advance for the first time since Montreal. This could be big, considering that the 42 of Gail Barnhart not likely to return and race at California. So this could be it for that 42 team. Looking for a good day tomorrow and a good day today to try to end strong if this is in fact the end. There'll be the 9 of Connor Zilisch out first. Let's ride on board. Connor Zilisch, looking at pole number 4 of the season, hasn't been able to convert any of his poles to a victory. Was the first car to ever get disqualified in a race at Portland after running in 3rd. He's lost the Rookie of the Year points lead to 25 of David Malukas, so really needs a good run here. As you look at the track map, and these cars are actually pretty evenly spread out. There's no one directly on top of each other. Only one car hasn't left the pits. That's a 24 of Chet Jordan. Right now, everyone nice and clean so far. Connor Zilisch to the top, 107.3. Ryan Preece only one lap in round 1. Let's see where this puts him. 109.7, so much slower. Marcus Armstrong now. 109.4. Shane Van Gisbergen. Got 107.6, so that's currently good enough. Guy Gagne next to come across. As that will only be a P5. David Malukas, currently Rookie of the Year leader. Only the 5th. Gail Barnhart now, for his first lap, will be the 7th. Trying to advance to the Fast 6 once again. Connor Zilisch, first car of the 106s. And by a good margin, 106.65. Foster, the 3rd, hasn't made it into the Fast 6 since Montreal. Ryan Preece, the 4th. Still work to be done. Marcus Armstrong has unfortunately caught the back of his teammate. Could harm both of their efforts. Yuki Tsunoda has Shane Van Gisbergen on the back of him, but Van Gisbergen will move to 2nd Lindsey Brewer now. Only the 10th. Lewis Hamilton, first round 2 appearance. Can he make it a first fast 6 appearance? Right now, yes, he goes 6th, but Guy Gagné immediately pushes into 5th. David Malukas now, all green, and looking good so far. He goes to 6th. Gale Barnhart now goes to 5th. That bumps out Malukas. Here comes the 11 of Louis Foster. Currently sits in 3rd. He'll be better, but we'll keep him in 3rd. Chet Jordan, first lap. Holding up his teammate. So he better make it worth it. Chet Jordan will come to the line only 10th, and no improvement from Armstrong. Yuki Tsunoda currently sits 11th. He goes 10th. Lindsey Brewer will be the next car to come around. Let's see where she goes. Stays in 12th. Lewis Hamilton, all green sectors, as he will go to 5th. Currently looking at his first Fast 6 appearance. Marcus Armstrong goes off track. So that may be it for him in this session. David Malukas goes 8th. Up next, Louis Foster coming into the pits. Gale Barnhart currently on the cutoff, but he is slow on the circuit, so some damage on that car. Teammate Chet Jordan down in 11th, trying to bump his way in. Gale Barnhart, the car to beat. Needs to find over a second. And that may be good enough. No, it isn't. Only the 7th, out by 600ths of a second. So Chet Jordan barely misses out. Yuki doesn't go better. And then Lindsey Brewer trying to go better here. Lewis Hamilton looks good behind her. Doesn't improve, stays in 5th, but not far off Ryan Preece. Jet Jordan, a little bit of traffic ahead, but currently just barely out, 59 thousandths. He doesn't need to pit this time, he's going to be very close. Not better there. Needs just a little bit more. Fortunately, it's not going to be there this lap, so it's going to stay below the cutoff, but Gale Barnhart having a very strong last 2 weeks. But will it pay off? 1 minute left in round 2. Both these cars come into the pits. Here comes Guy Gagné, as he is actually slowing off the pace. Ryan Preece will be the next car to come around. Sits in 4th. Trying to ensure his safety. The 90 parked on the outside of the track. As Chet Jordan gonna come into pit lane, that will be it for him. Ryan Preece gonna get one more lap. He'll be the last car to get a lap. This lap is faster, but won't advance him. David Malukas just below the cutoff. Can't get there. Guy Gagné still stuck and not moving, as Ryan Preece has gone off. So this is essentially it. As, yeah, that is in fact the end of the session. It'll be Connor Zilich who leads the way once again. His pole for in store for him today. Gonna have to see, but he's gonna have two Swindlers cars. Second and third in the championship, Shane Van Gisbergen and Louis Foster right behind him. Then championship leader Ryan Preece also gonna be in the mix. And then for his first Fast 6 appearance will be the 44 of Lewis Hamilton. And then for his second straight Fast 6 appearance, the 42 of Gale Barnhart, showing some speed. But is it too little, too late? But he will advance in 6th place, just barely above teammate Chet Jordan, who will start in 7th. Guy Gagne will start in 8th. 9th will be David Malukas, your Rookie of the Year leader. Doesn't want to see Connor Zilic get pole. Marcus Armstrong down in 10th. Yuki Tsunoda in 11th. And then rounding out this group is the 47 of Lindsey Brewer, best qualifier for the Banshees of Little Miami. So that is it for round 2. We'll be back in just a moment for Fast 6 to see who's going to get the pole. So the Fast 6 just about to get going here. We have Connor Zilic looking for pole number 4 of the season. Louis Foster looking for his second career pole. Only other pole being Indy this season. Gale Barnhart only one pole to his name, and that was Dover all the way back in season 2. Shane Van Gisbergen looking for pole number 6 on the season to tie Ryan Preece and extend his pole record. Lewis Hamilton in his first Fast 6 appearance, either way, guaranteed his best starting spot, but looking for his first career pole. And then Ryan Preece looking for pole number 7. So a lot on the line here with a championship coming down to the line. First, second, and third in the championship, all in this qualifying group. Connor Zilic, a good run today, could give him the Rookie of the Year points lead, which would be exactly what he'd want to see. Gale Barnhart, first car to go out. Eight minutes. Less time available, so you're only getting about 2 to 3 laps. You gotta make them count, gotta be clean, gotta be perfect. Gale Barnhart started 4th at Portland, his best starting spot of the season, and finished in 4th. His second best race result of the season, besides a second at the Spanish Grand Prix in Oregon at the opening of the season. Through the chicane and down into the hairpin as he will begin his final qualifying run of the season, possibly. Maybe even the final of his career, so he's got to make it count. They want him to do well this season for the leaders circle standings. You got to be in the top 20. He has clear track ahead of him so far. The 4 that have gone out, all clean air. 64 of Ryan Preece and the 44 of Lewis Hamilton, the only 2 cars that haven't gone out yet. But Ryan Preece will leave the pits right now with plenty of space to work with. He has been very all over the place and unstable here in qualifying, as now Lewis Hamilton will go out. So everyone will be pretty perfectly spaced out. Barnhart through the S's into the hairpin. Oh, and he overshoots it. That's going to cost him. A 112.2 is all that he has after going way too wide in the final hairpin. Shane Van Gisbergen, double pink, hasn't gotten a pole since Montreal, but won from pole. He's going to go to the top with a 107.0. Gale Barnhart going better. Louis Foster pink in the first sector, so that 11 could be in the mix. Louis Foster has not done well recently. Portland finally got back into the top 10. Even then it was kind of rough. So maybe he can get some late season momentum here at Sonoma. Here goes Gale Barnhart as he will come to the line. Better, a 1:11.7, so 4.5 seconds off pole. Louis Foster, not good enough. He's only going to go to second. Connor Zilic, is it going to be 2 in a row? He will come to the start-finish line. Only good enough to second. Shane Van Gisbergen, is he going better? He does go better. So currently 0.37 clear. Ryan Preece going to try to get another one on the season, but only good enough for 4th. Lewis Hamilton, first Fast 6 appearance into the final hairpin. He'll come to the line and go 5th. Gale Barnhart on lap 3. Not going to be his in lap, so he gets 3 laps out of it. Louis Foster looking good on his second lap. Better, but not good enough. Here comes the 11. Stays in 3rd, cannot go better. Connor Zilic currently down. Can he get anything here? It's gonna be better, but just not good enough. 0.14 off of pole. Ryan Preece has some speed in it. Shane Van Gisbergen in the pits. He's not going to do another lap. Ryan Preece cannot go better, just 2,000 slower than his previous best. Lewis Hamilton, currently down by 2 seconds, needs a big jump here, as he's actually going to jump Ryan Preece and go 4th. Gale Barnhart not going better. Louis Foster not going better. Connor Zilic could be on a lap. Foster comes into the pits. He is in 3rd. Connor Zilic, a pink in the 2nd sector and a green in the 3rd, but yellow's in the 1st and the 4th. Does he have anything here? Checkered flag is out. This will be his final lap. As no, he comes into the pits. He does not have enough for pole. So it's down to Ryan Preece and Lewis Hamilton. See if any of them can take pole. I think Hamilton may get one more lap. Preece not able to, so he's going to be starting from row 3. He has the best qualifying average out of anyone this season. And then Lewis Hamilton will get his best qualifying result in 4th, maybe a little bit better. Doesn't seem to be there. But either way, best qualifying effort for him. And Shane Van Gisbergen will tie up the pole record amount on the season at 6. So a very good effort from the 43 of Shane Van Gisbergen. Will have him start from pole. And as of now, with where Preece starts and where Van Gisbergen starts, Van Gisbergen will have a 6-point lead. So that title still very much up in the air. As let's go through your starting grid. Row 1, Shane Van Gisbergen will be starting on pole once again. This time, Connor Zilic gonna have to settle for P2, just off by 0.14 seconds. Row 2, Louis Foster finally returns to a good qualifying start position in 3rd, and Lewis Hamilton will take his best career qualifying effort as he will start from 4th. Row 3, Ryan Preece gonna need a big day tomorrow if he wants to get back to the top of this championship, because right now he does not have it. Then Gale Barnhart, in what could very well be his final qualifying effort, will start from row 3 in 6th. So row 4 will be his teammate, Chet Jordan, and then alongside him will be the number 90 of Guy Gagné. As then back to row 5 will be David Malukas, trying to stay in control of the Rookie of the Year standings. And then Marcus Armstrong will be alongside him. Row 6 will be Yuki Tsunoda, and alongside him will be the 47 of Lindsey Brewer. And back to row 7 will be Jacob Abel and Benjamin Peterson in the 75 and 29. Row 8 will be Globler Lore and his brother Robbie Lore, so they will fill out row number 8. And then row 9 will be Callum Ilott and Dorian Pinn, both with disappointing qualifying efforts after a lot of impeding. Then the row 10 will be the 12 of Miles Rowe and the 07 of Catherine Legg. As then you go back to row 11, which is the 77 of Stingray Robb and the 94 of Dawa Tenzin, who also get his best qualifying effort of the season. And then row 12 will be Alessio Deletta, can't back up his Portland qualifying effort, and Mahavir Raghunathan. then rounding out the field in row 13 will be Brennan Hubbard and Ethan Martz. So that is it for qualifying here at Sonoma, our final road course qualifying of the season. And then tomorrow will be the final road course in the Open Wheel Offline League Season 4. Then after that, we go to California for the final race and decide this championship. But a lot can still be determined here at Sonoma. The championship could be locked up, so you won't want to miss it. And hopefully you tune in tomorrow. I'll see you next time.